So today I'm doing a video like this because although we're vlogging every day in September, I actually forgot to film yesterday because I wasn't feeling very great. So when I look back, I think I had like a minute's worth of footage and it was just pants. So I haven't bothered to edit that or put it up. So I'm going to do a sit down video for this, and I'll probably do that a couple of times this month as well. Just put a couple of sit down videos in, even if it's like you get 2 a day or you only get like that video because I haven't vlogged because of not doing anything in particular, or because I've been feeling poorly, because it is my like last full month of being pregnant. I'm now 33 weeks and 3 days or something, so we're nearly at 3 weeks away from Lucas's birth gestation, so we're getting pretty darn close really. So I thought today I would do a video on my 10 baby names I love but won't be using. I saw Emily Norris do this, so I thought it was a really nice idea, and I thought it'd be nice to share some names with you that I liked. Brad didn't really like any names, and any names he did like were terrible. Like, I probably shouldn't insult anybody's names, so I'm not going to say the names I thought were terrible because I may insult someone. But yeah, I didn't really enjoy Brad's baby name choices, a lot of them. So, but obviously we did choose one name, and obviously her name's going to be Iris when she's here. But choosing baby names is really difficult with us too, because although we find them quite quickly, we just don't agree on barely anything. So I thought I'd do the 5 boys' names and 5 girls' names. And I'll do 1 boy, 1 girl, 1 boy, 1 girl. And I'll sort of show you what names I loved but we won't obviously be using. The first boy's name that we liked was actually going to be her name if she was a boy, and that was Arlo. We fell in love with the name really early on, and we chose Arlo Ted after Brad's granddad for the middle name, and we just really liked it, and I was convinced we were going to have Lucas and Arlo. And then obviously with a good dinosaur as well. We didn't choose Arlo because of that, but then I started finding myself drawn towards all the Good Dinosaur stuff for Lucas, then we could incorporate the Good Dinosaur with Arlo. But obviously she's not a boy, and I've now had it confirmed 5 times in scan. Over the scans we've had, every scan since 16 weeks have said she has girl parts. So if she comes out a boy, then I'm going to feel really sorry for him because that's a lot of girl part confirmation. So obviously we won't be using Arlo, but that was our top name, and that was what she was going to be called if she was a boy. The first girl's name was actually going to be Lucas's name if he was a girl, and it's one I look back on now and I just feel it's very common, and it's one that we probably wouldn't use ever because I just feel like it's so common and it's one you hear too much. And although Lucas is quite a common name now, when we were naming him I didn't know any Lucases at all. So then as soon as I named him Lucas, I started finding all these Lucases popping up. But it's a bit like Iris. I keep finding Irises popping up on Instagram now, little girls called Iris. And I thought we'd been really unique there. But Lucas's name, if he was going to be a girl, was going to be Ella. So it's quite simple and quite short and sweet. And I do think it's a lovely name. But I just think it's become too common now, and I don't want to be getting my child's name in the playground and have a million children turn around, but sadly I think that's going to be the case for Lucas now. The second boy's name is Arthur. We both really liked the name, but Brad couldn't see himself having a child called Arthur, and my friend actually would have called her little girl Arthur if she had been a boy. So it sort of to me always reminds me of like her baby name as such, so I felt a bit wrong using that name as well. But I just really like the old-fashioned vibe to it, and I just think Arthur for a little boy just sounds really cute. And I can just imagine a little Arthur as a little boy growing into a teenager, and then also as an elderly person as well, and I can just imagine Arthur growing well within ages. The second girl's name that I really liked was Florence, and we actually had a cat called Florence, but for some reason I don't seem to mind that because I just absolutely adore the name Florence. I'm a huge Florence and the Machine fan anyway, but I love the name Florence. I would love Iris's name to be Iris Florence Rain or Iris Rain Florence, but Brad is having absolutely none of this double barrel middle name business. But yeah, I absolutely adore the name Florence. I just think it's really cute. I just think you can just shorten it to Florrie or Flo, and yeah, I just love it, but Brad wasn't too keen on it, so obviously we're not going to be using Florence. The third boy's name that we really liked was Teddy. We both really liked Teddy, but we couldn't imagine a little boy growing old with the name Teddy. I just feel like it's one of those, it's really cute for a baby, and you probably get away with it as an elderly person, but like you get that awkward in between stage where I just feel like, although you shouldn't worry about what other people think, I just can't imagine sending my child to school and being called Teddy, and as much as I love it, I just feel like it doesn't work for us. But I think it's a really cute name, and obviously we would have had Arlo Ted if he was a boy, if she was a boy, but I just think that Teddy is one of those awkward ones. I think if we would have a Teddy, he would have had to be Edward and then shorten it to Teddy or Ted. The third girl's name is Matilda. I really like Matilda. Brad did not like Matilda. I feel like Matilda, I just think of the film, and I love the film Matilda. I just love everything about it. I love the fact that Matilda is one of those old-fashioned names. I've got a thing for old-fashioned names as such. I say old-fashioned, like older names that are coming back into fashion as such. But yeah, I really like the older names, and I just thought Matilda was really sweet, and I could just imagine myself having a little Matilda or a little Tilly. But it just wasn't for Brad. The fourth boy's name is Ollie. I really liked Ollie and Oliver. Obviously Lucas's middle name is Oliver, but my brother's name is also Oliver. So I didn't feel right calling my son the same name as my brother. It'd get very confusing, although to my mum it'd probably make her life a lot easier, considering she goes Oliver, William, Lucas all the time. She gets very confused between my brother and my uncle and my son. I don't think her brain completely processes all those three boys' names, but I really love the name Oliver. It's also, I think it's pretty sure it's I think it's number 1 in the top boys' names from last year. So it's another one of those that's come out really popular, but I do just really love the name Oliver and Ollie, so I'm really glad that Lucas has at least Oliver in his name, because I just think it's such a sweet little boy's name. The fourth girl's name is actually one that Iris nearly ended up with. It was sort of her name for about, I don't know, 10 weeks before Brad was like, no, I've totally gone off the name. And that was Violet. She was going to be Violet Wynn for about 10 weeks. And then just when I was about 12, 13 weeks pregnant, Brad was like, no, I just don't like Violet anymore. So we then had to start rethinking of a name. So we did come up with Iris quite quickly. But yeah, she was going to be Violet, and I just love it. I just love the ring to it. I thought it was really sweet, and I don't know, it's one of those older names again, which are really lovely, but it just wasn't for Brad, so obviously Iris isn't going to be Violet. The last boy's name that we really liked, but I have actually got a cousin and an uncle with the same name, is William. I really, really like it. I think it's really sweet. I like the fact you can shorten it to Will or Bill, but obviously with a cousin and an uncle with the same name, I just thought adding a son to the William clan would become quite a lot of Williams in the family. They're both, my uncle and my cousin are both on different sides, so that would add an extra William onto each side. But I really like it. I think it's really sweet, and I think it grows really well with the child. So I just really like William, but obviously it's another name my mum was pestering us to call Lucas. She kept saying, call him William, when we were pregnant with him. But obviously we were totally like not against having adding another child to the family with the same name of another child in the family. And finally, the last girl's name that I really liked, but Brad didn't, was Elsie. I really like it. I like Elsa as well, but obviously with the Frozen like explosion, I just couldn't imagine having an Elsa for a daughter, because obviously everyone would just put that with Frozen, which is bizarre because obviously you think about Arlo being with the dinosaur, but obviously Frozen is has blown up a lot more than what The Good Dinosaur did. But yeah, I really like Elsie. It's not one of those old-fashioned names. I think it's really sweet. I think it grows well with the child, and I don't know, I just really liked it. I just thought it was really pretty. And so my noisy child who was watching Peppa Pig nicely next door has come to join us. So that is our 10 baby names that I loved, and Brad didn't totally love all of them, but we won't be using. Getting really hard. It's getting a lot harder to film now that Lucas is a toddler, because he doesn't nap, and I need to film in the day because the lighting's better, and I can only film when Brad's home, so neither of us get a chance to, like, none of us can watch Lucas as such, so he's always in the room or, hey! Well, thank you for watching, and I will be back tomorrow with a daily vlog, and then I don't know like when I'll have another one up. I'm going to film a couple of videos today, so I'll be slotting them in here, there and everywhere. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!